Everyone, today I will be talking about my competitive game against Stmn esports in the quarterfinals of the March monthly finals. And so basically this team is like really close to me, like Stmn. Like it has two of my old teammates, and like there's a lot of aura on the line, right? So like whoever wins is getting bullied forever until the other team wins, if that ever happens. So yeah, a lot of aura on the line. It looks like the casters all voted for us, probably because we had a good run last month. And looks like we have people voting for us as well. STMN, definitely a good team. Like, they upset SSG in the most recent March qualifiers. They beat them like 3-1, I think. Definitely not a team that we should be sleeping on. But map number 1 is Gold Arm Gulch. And our plan here was to either take Kit, Mr. P, or I think Ollie. And so it turns out Mr. P is open, so we take that because Kit and Ollie and Hank are all banned. They go Gene and Angelo. Honestly, like, we expected them to go like Bell Angelo or like Bell Gene, something like that, but like we expected the Bell, basically. But they don't go Bell, they go Gene Angelo. And we go RT because we're like, okay, we need to be good into like Daryl or like tanks, like Buster or whatever, like last pick. We need to be good into that. We need to have some damage. Mr. P lacks. Then we're like, what's a good thing to like round out our comp? And we're like, Daryl's pretty good into this, and they can't Daryl or like Buster because Daryl beats Buster. The only thing bad about our comp is like we have such a bad start because Mr. P porters, we don't have them. RT's not even that good like in the meta, to be honest. Like we just took it because it does damage. Then Daryl has no role at the start. Like it's a horrible start for us. And they took Carl, which is like pretty good, I guess. And like the fire gadget's pretty broken if you just like shoot it down a lane because it's like a confirmed like one shot or a confirmed kill. Okay, like Diego is trolling. Like I literally said like we can't fight these guys at the start. Like if we're on the same lane, we have to run away. Then as you can see, like Diego like took a very long time to like realize that. It took him to get to one shot before running away. It doesn't matter though because like our switching was way too late, so our Daryl was just like alone. Like, I was mid, and, like, the Daryl was all the way right, and our RT was left because he didn't move. And like, I'd stay mid because, like, I have to, like, help both sides, you know? And our Daryl dies because he's alone, has no role, like, horrible start. I go down, and it's a 1v3. I just tell Diego to die. And, yeah, that's what he does. So, like, pretty horrible round 1. This is, like, the best possible round 1 for STMN. Like, they should be winning the start, but, like, that's why we're supposed to avoid them. And you can see Evex rolling up. I feel like they heard his super. Like, they definitely heard his super, and they're like, okay, be careful. Like, the Daryl's in one of the bushes. Because, like, their reaction time was pretty fast there. So our Daryl dies, and it's a 2v3, and, like, it's already over, man. Like, horrible, horrible plays. It's all good. Like, it's only one game, but we know what we have to do. Like, just not be stupid and run away, basically. Stay alive until we get our supers. Like that's the way we win this game. And yeah, so like this is a pretty bad start for us, and our mental's already pretty down because I'm like, wow, we just lost for no reason. Like you guys are so stupid. Like yeah, like it's whatever. And yeah, so it turns out they predict us, so we have to run away this time. And I'm like, yeah, let's run away. So we do, and like I get some hits while running back. Our Daryl gets burned, I think. Yeah, he does get burned. We're pinned in a corner, so like this is pretty bad, but luckily the Angelo wastes his Pierce. So as you can see, like the Daryl and I are one shot for the Angelo, but he wasted it so we can like stay behind the wall together. And yeah, this is still bad because they got us cornered, obviously. And like we're trying to get out, but we need our supers. I get my super and Daryl gets his, so like this is our chance to get out. Like obviously we don't want to rush it, but we want to go when, like, before the smoke comes in. I have some nice dodges against tacos. If I had someone helping me, that would have been, like, a for sure kill. But, like, our Daryl just rolls to where he was, and tacos dodges it. Good play by him. And here I tell Diego to die, and then he's, like, trying to fight them for some reason. Like, Diego's actually a rage baiter. Like, he's actually a rage baiter. Like, he just doesn't listen to me. So, I have porters to start off this round a lot better. So basically we're on the same side this time, but like we can't like just like let them have it because my porters are there, and like we need to like somewhat make a fight for it. Like, I need to get it back, right? At least, like, close to it. So I get it back. Our Darrow rolls in, and I'm like, okay, our Darrow's going in. So I have to support. I have to run up, right? And then he just rolls back, like, and then I just waste my hyper and put it in a bad spot because, like, I had to rush it with him. Because, like, surely we get a kill there, right? Like, pretty badly played from Eve. And I don't have super or hyper because of that. Not just his fault, like, I just put it in a bad spot as well because I was trying to rush it and go in and help him. But he definitely should have committed there. Like, it probably would have been a kill and my porters would have been fine. So this is looking pretty bad, honestly. Like, but luckily we have Darrow hyper and he cancels the Carl super. He gets the Jean. I finish up the Angelo and we get the round. So we won a 3v2. That's pretty good. Our mental's back. Like, we can win this. Like, it's a good Darrow game and a good Mr. P game. And, like, an okay RT game, I guess. Like, it's a slave brawler, but yeah, like, I'm just trying to get my super again. Jean has pull this time. Like, this is scary because last time we were cornered, the Jean did not have pull. And luckily, he's not on long pull. I talked to Steel afterwards, and it's because the gears didn't switch. Like, he was not on Jean, and then, like, someone gave him Jean, like, swap brawlers, right? But they had the wrong build on, and it was a late swap with, like, 2 seconds left or something, and he couldn't change it. So he's actually on, like, shield vision or something like that. Like, pretty bad. And so we have porters, and we're playing left to right. This is what we want. I don't know why he just lets my porters die there, but I guess it's okay, because we catch the Angelo lacking. I get another hypercharge. Like, I don't know how I got 2 hypercharges, to be honest. Like, and we win the game. Like, it turns out, if we're not stupid, we can win. Oh, also, chat, I'm definitely going on a diet because, like, I'm so fat right now. Like, this is crazy work. This is definitely the fattest I've ever been, chat. Is it like a small price to pay for some brawl earnings, chat? No, surely I can lose some weight and win. Finally, we shake them off our lane, and we start off west-east. And, like, this is, like, the perfect start, I guess, like, in terms of positioning that we could have. Because, like, as I said, we don't want to fight them right away. Like, they have a lot more, like, early pressure than us. It's hard to hit our shots. It's easy for them to hit their shots. Our Darrow's useless at the start, etc. And our Darrow gets super, which is good. Diego gets shot by everything, and yeah, he didn't dodge anything. Luckily, I get, like, a huge hit there. I get another double hit there. So I'm, like, one shot to turret, right? Like, this is pretty good. We just need to wait it out for endgame. Like, when I get my turret, we win. I'm not really sure what we're supposed to do here. I think Diego should be up in the open because he's an RT, and I should be, like, near the walls because I'm a Mr. P. That just makes sense to me. Bro, like, I forgot that Angelo was on Pierce. Like, I just throw it on myself and, like, try to hide behind it, but that did not save me. In fact, that gave Pin so much value. It was a good gadget by him. We're down round 1, like, pretty bad start, like, and then they like, catch us on our lane again. Like, although it's not round 1, like, the Darryl and the Mr. P don't have super, so, like, it's basically the same thing. And they have us cornered with Gene Pull. Steel hits at this time. So it's a 3v2, and Evex and I know we have to go aggro, so we do. And somehow, some way, we win. Or I guess we get a positive trade. Like, we kill 2 of them, and Evex dies. But here, I'm just 1v1ing Tacos. My old teammate, he has hypercharge. He counters me. He has gadgets. I'm just a poor little Mr. P. And yeah, like, this should be honestly unlosable. Like I should never win this. He wastes his hyper and his gadget, I guess. Like, gadget wasting doesn't really matter, but he wastes his hyper, which is huge for me. I get my hyper, but I'm not close to super yet, because as you can see, he just killed it. But yeah, I use hyper. I run into the smoke to avoid, like, an extra Carl shot. And somehow, that was the shot he needed to get super. So if I didn't do that, he would have gotten super and, like, smoked me right away. But yeah, I somehow out-iced Tacos, like, just like that, man. And I beat a Carl with hypercharge as Mr. P. But I do use my hyper there, but at least I got my turret. So it's all good. And this is the best case scenario, besides, like, me not having hyper. But I have super down, and they don't have their supers. And yeah, like, we just need to wait for endgame, and it should be fine. Gene gets pull here. It's like a little scary, honestly. Gene pull endgame, but that's only if I don't have porters, and I do. And so we're just holding it down. Like, I'm just trying to like heal up, keep him back. Like, sometimes like you can't heal, and like that's when they like be straight lining you. Like, if you get hit too much and then they start straight lining you, you can't heal. So like what I'm trying to do is just like avoid as much damage as possible while max ranging them with my suitcases, I guess. Paying piercing my turret, my porter there is like such a waste. Like, he wastes his ammo doing that. And then Evex runs up. Carl wastes a gadget. We get 2 of them, and then I'm just trying to stay alive because we never know what can happen. And we win. We win set 1. It might just be a difference in ice. I'm not sure, but I think the drafts were like pretty even. Like, they have a winning draft at the start, like very hard winning draft at the start. And then at the end, we have a very hard winning draft if we have our supers. So honestly, like, good drafts on both sides. Like, I think game 1 was just due to like stupidity, but like honestly, it could have gone either way. Like, you saw how close it was. It was a 1v1 between me and Tacos. Tacos got out iced. Wow, I have 6 kills, Evex has 5, and Diego has 2. And the DPS is pretty bad. Like, we definitely got out DPS, but we have 2 high HP brawlers, and they have Gene Angelo, Carl with the burn, so makes sense that they do more damage, but we have more HP, more things to tank with like Mr. P porters. And yeah, like, honestly, like, DPS and like stuff like that doesn't matter in the end. Like, just the objective matters, obviously. And so we're up 1-0, and set 2 is Ring of Fire. And honestly, like, every time we scrim this map, we lost. Like, it's, I don't know, like, it was really tricky to draft around. But like, Lotus and I, we've been like scheming the drafts. We figure it out. We get Lou 1, which is perfect for us. We ban Poco, Bell, Carl, and they ban Hank, Poco, B. So like, it's looking like a good Lou 1 game. They can go Stu, which they do. Like, every time we played against like Lou or like B1, we would always go Stu Byron, and then we'd always lose. But like, the math is Byron beats B and Lou and like whatever. But, and it like also counters Barry because of that anti-heal. And then Stu is also good in general because of the speed turret. It's good into everything, and except for like heal comps, which Byron should be good into. But like, it's just so overwhelming when they have like a Barry Hank or like a Barry Frank anyways, and they just have too much HP and you don't have enough damage to take it out. So we go Ollie Mr. P to like do similar thing where we have like a lot of HP, a lot of things to tank, and then they go Melody. Definitely I think we have comp because, I mean, we have a Lou, we have a Mr. P, we have a Ollie, all 3 good brawlers, especially in Hot Zone. And they have Stu, Byron, Melody, and Mr. P. Like, the Mr. P porters will be like super good against it. So at the start, like, we're just trying to get our supers. Like, start doesn't matter that much as long as we get our supers and setup. But like, this game, I like have some like lag and like my joystick bugs. So like, you're gonna see me standing still from time to time. And yeah, we get a good start. Definitely get our supers, and then we retake mid, which is good. Our Ollie gets good positioning in the mid. And the Melody's not really doing anything yet, which is good for us. And the Lou is like getting supers perfect. And I'm just trying to get my hypercharge so like we can overwhelm them. And the Melody gets hyper, which is pretty bad. But honestly, he wastes it. I don't know what he's doing. Like, definitely a waste. Like, I actually don't know what he's doing. That was a terrible hypercharge, but it's all good. The Stu has hyper, but I have hyper. And we retake mid. And it's 50-50 right now. Like, we're not supposed to win the start, in my opinion, because we don't have Ollie super and we don't have Mr. P super. We don't have Lou super either. But honestly, being tied is like pretty good at 50-50. The Melody goes in. She dies. Diego gets another super, which is like huge. Steel wastes his gadget on healing. Honestly, like, you can't even heal your teammate when he's frozen like that, because the the Lou just gets like supers again. Like, as you can see, he has another hyper, another super. And I can go up, help finish it, help get some kills, and then stay in zone. And we would take the first game pretty convincingly. Like, Definitely the start is really dependent, because once we get set up, it's really good for us. Like, especially with Mr. P Hyper. If we get set up one time, it's really hard for them to get out. And yeah, game 2, I think it goes a little worse for us. Like, we just play it like really bad. But honestly, like, this is such a good draft from us. Like, it doesn't even matter how we play. Almost like it almost doesn't matter. Like, we could just like throw really hard. And here we're ignoring the melody, I think, and just trying to get our supers. Yeah, we do ignore the melody, and she punishes us, but it's okay. Like, we're close to super. Ollie has super. He's getting zone time while we're respawning, which is good. He misses that super, which is pretty bad. Like, if he hits it, he definitely would have like gotten the super back or something. I get super, I throw down, I survive, which is good. But honestly, like, this is a worse start from before, but I think it's still okay. Melody has hyper. I think we get wiped here. Yeah, we do. Good play from Tacos, wiping us. Here is like pretty smart from him. Like, he gets frozen completely by the Lu super, and he doesn't get punished because obviously no one's alive to like shoot him. And this is good as well because like the Lu star power like reduces their damage, right? So if he gets frozen and removes all the freeze on his head, then his damage is not reduced. So yeah, that was a smart play from him. As you can see, I'm lagging, like I'm not moving when I use my hyper, so it just gets wasted because Tacos just kills it right away. And Melody has another hyper super. Like, this is looking really bad. It's 89% to 40%, and Melody has hyper. He goes in. Honestly, I have no idea what he was doing there. Like, surely he just waits for the Lu super to run out. But they have a Stu, so it should be okay. Like, Stu Melody should be able to get in the zone at least like once, like 4 more percent, and we need like 30 plus. But I put a turret down like really aggressively, and that thing like tanks so much. And here, that's a huge super from the Ollie, kills him. And yeah, it's looking really bleak for Stmn. And yeah, we complete the comeback. We spin a little because Diego was like laughing, and I was like, okay, I'll laugh with you. We'll like spin together. No. 2-0 lead. A lot of aura on the line, as I said. And yeah, we're feeling good about it. Definitely like a closer game 2 than we wanted it to be, considering our draft was so good. But it's all good. Like, 2-0 against Stmn, like, this is definitely something I wanted to be, like a situation I wanted to be in. And let's see the stats. So I have 8 kills, Evax has 5, Diego has 7. But like, more importantly is zone time. Like Byron, Melody, Stu don't have that much damage, and we have a Mr. P and Ollie. So like, honestly, like, definitely outdrafted. Like, Byron Stu is not enough, and I figured that out like a few days before with Lotus. Definitely not enough. Yeah, hopping into set 3. It is this is last stop, set 3. Honestly, we weren't that confident for like any of our maps. Like, I thought quarterfinals was going to be harder than semifinals, to be honest. And yeah, last stop, we didn't really have a clear plan. All we know is like if we saw a Melody 2-3, then we'd like very like seriously consider taking it. And so we do. And there's a Carl one, so we take Meeple. Meeple's pretty good into Carl. People underrate Meeple, and especially in North America. Like, I see Meeple played in other regions. It looks really good. It's good into mid-range brawlers. It's good into like some tanks. It's bad into like berry comps and stuff like that. But we go Meeple Melody, and then they go Gus, which is like a horrible pick in my opinion. Like, Gus is not good in the meta right now. And then they followed up with Pearl. Like, I don't know about that draft, because like they're just asking for a long range to just like poke them like all game. So we're like, okay, we'll go like Bell or Piper. And everyone was like, okay, let's go Bell. And I'm like, no, like, give me Piper. And I like egoed it. I like put my balls on the table and took Piper. And so we have Piper and Meeple Melody against Pearl, Gus, Carl. That was a good box to start it off. I curved Tacos to start, and then we pinch him out, kill him. And then I hit a shot on Steel, so like Evex can just walk up and kill him because he's one shot. So like, this is a perfect start for us, team wipe. Diego is aiming at my father. He missed so many shots for no reason. And now the Gus is coming back. Carl has control, and we lost control of both lanes. So like, this is pretty bad. Obviously, I'm just going to curve whenever I get it. or like whenever I see a good chance. Carl misses a gadget on me, luckily. Like, if that hit me, I would have been like cooked. Would have had to move back so much. And our Melody dies again to the Pearl. I mean, like, not a huge deal. Like, he's getting his hyper and super. Like that's like really stupid about Melody. Like, she can die so many times as long as she's getting hyper super and it's like all good. But there, like, that was a bad play. Like Eve is like so, like, he's good at Melody, but like he played so bad at Melody the entire day. Like, he actually looked so lost. Like, the worst Melody ever, basically. But like, normally he's pretty good at these aggressive brawlers, as you guys know. He's like very famous for his aggro play style. He's a good player. He's just like playing very bad on Melody today. That was a good bait on the Pearl. I can move up because, like, although it's a 3v1, I'm like trying to move up, get some space for my team. Diego misses his shot here. Like, he could have killed the Carl. He just missed. He like hit his box or something. Like, I don't know. And I'm one shot. I'm just waiting for my team to respawn. I scream at Diego to take the Carl because for some reason he's trying to fight the Pearl. Like, I want our Melody on the Pearl, even though Melody like loses when Pearl has super, I guess. And here, like, my teammates are just like, they just keep going down, and I'm like trying to stay alive. And then that was a good box by Diego, so we can walk up a bit. And our Melody makes some space. I 2-tap steal, which is why I'm able to like straight line him and kill him. And a lot of people like don't know that, but like, or like don't think about that. But when you like hit someone, you can just straight line them. Like, sometimes, like, no matter what brawler you are. I do that to steal. I get the gem, and he had one, so like it reset their countdown. And like, I took it back and then picked one more, and then we won the game. Yeah, so we're on match point. Uvex is so happy because he's getting carried right now. Worst Melody ever. And yeah, Diego and I are still locked in because we have to stay locked in to beat Stmn. It's not an easy game, in my opinion. Like, they're definitely like I expected more out of Stmn than out of whatever team I had in semifinals, because like their drafting was pretty like consistent, pretty good. So at the start, I 2-tap steal, great start again, and we win our respective lanes. I am getting pinched, or I guess I'm just getting straight lined by the Gus. I turn into Tensai. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I literally turned into Tensai. I dodged like 3 shots from like everyone. I curve because I see my Melody going in. Surely we need to like trade it out or like get a positive trade. You know what I'm saying? So I curve to help him, and like that's something like everyone should like consider doing. Like, just curving a lane is also very helpful with Piper because your lane can just win it and maybe stay alive, get some control. So I curve Tacos there too when he's trapped in the box. Here, I think I 3-tap Pain. 1, 2, 3. Yep. It's too easy. And then we have full control, even though it's a 2v2, because we have more map position. And they're like trying to push out. Like, the Gus is like so useless. Yeah, he gets boxed, he gets killed, and then our Melody wipes the Carl. Like, Gus is just such a bad pick. I don't know why they went Gus. I mean, I'm happy with it because I got to get a good Piper game. But yeah, they went Gus. I 2-tap him. I hit Tacos, I mean. And I thought we had 9 gems there. So I used my hyper to get the 10th, but we actually had 8. So like, I just wasted my hyper there. I'm tapping, which is good. I get the 10th gem and I'm running away. Here, like, I wanted to kill. Like, I needed to stat pad real quick. So I curve him real quick. And Eve was like getting rage baited. I'm stat padding. I get 2 more kills. And yeah, we win the game. We sweep Stmn 3-0. I definitely thought this was going to be like a set 5 type game. They definitely got a little unlucky in set 1. I don't know how different everything would have been. Like, it's hard to tell. It's impossible to tell how different this series would have went if Tacos had just killed me in that 1v1. In knockout, like, maybe their mental would have been better. I'm not sure how bad their mental was, but I'm sure it wasn't good after set 1 losing. But yeah, like, definitely GG's to them. Like, it was close, like, closer than the 3-0 score depicts and shows us. And you see, like, yep, low-key, like, I was hitting some shots. Okay, like, I like, stole, like, a kill at the end, but, like, that doesn't really matter, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was doing pretty good in the mid. And yeah, like, GG's to them. Like, Gus was a pretty bad pick overall, like I said before. But honestly, like drafting right now is so hard. That's why all the pros are complaining on Twitter. You guys haven't seen it. They're saying like it doesn't matter on gameplay anymore, it matters on draft. I like heavily disagree with that, but like draft is really important and they're right about that. And like draft is like it'll just get more and more important. So like I feel like they should just lock in and learn draft and like scheme draft like me and like Lotus and like other people do, like Tribe. Like I feel like teams are just like too busy like complaining about draft instead of like trying to like learn and like scheme and predict bans and stuff like that. Like yeah, like it's easy to say because I'm in second place right now, or like I was last month, and like I'm winning, so it's easy for me to say like, oh, why don't you just learn the draft? It's like not that hard because I'm in a good position. But even if I wasn't in this position, and even as a team that like relies heavily on draft, I still think that gameplay can still like overrule draft at times. Like last month, you'll see that Tribe beat me. Like they just outskilled us really instead of outdrafting us. And I don't know, like Tribe just shows you that it's possible, and like it's not like a no skill Mickey Mouse meta that like everyone thinks it is. And yeah, thank you guys for watching and listening to my rant at the very end, and GG's.
We've seen Elevate already face off against BC Gaming when they were still Havoc in the February monthly finals, so that would be a fun rematch to watch. First though, we still gotta have that quarterfinal number 4 and watch Elevate versus Space Station Gaming face off against each other. MVP for this round ready, of course, Vegeta.